Hey guys, Robbie Webster here with my May 2010 Blu-ray and DVD update. And this month is a humongous update. As you all know, I've been off work, so I've had lots of time to watch whatever I have lying around. I have a lot of stuff that I've bought recently, and it's been stacking up, and I've been getting behind. And I know I've said recently that my DVD updates were big, but this one's the biggest by far, and it could have been even bigger. But I decided to not put certain things in if I hadn't watched them within the last 3-4 weeks. So I'm just going to start off, before I get to the Blu-rays, I usually do the Blu-rays first. I'm just going to do one DVD first. It's Volume 5 of the X-Men animated series, and this was my favorite cartoon when I was, behind Ninja Turtles, this was my second favorite cartoon. And this one's cool. It only had, I believe, 1 or 2 episodes with Captain America in it, and that was like a really cool storyline. Those are one of my favorite episodes. But I like that they put him on the cover. I just think the cover looks really cool on this one. A couple of the covers look kind of dumb. They didn't match up with the way the series was drawn. But this one, I think, fits it really well. It has a couple of the cool villains. It even has Red Skull up here, because he was in the Captain America episodes. But this is a must-have series. Like, if you've never seen it, you should watch it. When I was a kid, I was totally obsessed with this. I remember the day the first episode came on Fox. I was just so into it, and I'm glad that they finally put out the 5th volume. It took a long time. I think it was like September the other 2 volumes came out, and it was 2 months before that the first 2 volumes came out. So I was wondering if they were going to ever put it out. And I know I also saw that the Iron Man, the entire series, came out this week on DVD, and I plan on picking that up. I don't want to spend a lot of money right now, so maybe next week I'll pick it up. So it'll be in the next update. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the Blu-rays, and I apologize for the sound in the background. It's very hot out, and so I have a couple fans on in my room. The first Blu-ray I have, this just came out 2 days ago, The Road, and this was the movie I was talking about during the winter, during the Academy Award nominations, where this thing got snubbed. It didn't get 1 nomination, and I thought it was a fantastic movie, and I thought the story was amazing. The acting I thought was really amazing. Basically, it's about this. Basically, there's like some kind of a disaster, either a natural disaster or a nuclear explosion, nuclear war. Something happens, and basically the Earth is slowly dying because of this event. And you don't know if it's maybe because, whatever, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, because that's part of the reason. Even in the book, they don't mention what happened. It's just, they don't even name the names of the 2 characters. They just call them the man and the boy. It's a man and his son, and they're trying to make their way south to the coast. And there's like some crazy stuff going on. I gotta warn you, this is not for kids. It has some very, there's nothing sexual in it, which is something that's what I like, but it's got some dark things in it. Like, it's kind of what this guy, Cormac McCarthy, the writer, it's kind of his vision of what might happen if this sort of thing happened. I don't tend to agree with it. I don't think people would come to that. I don't even think that this would ever happen. But it's still very cool to watch, and the movie was done really well. It wasn't a very big budget film, but the effects in it looked really good. They didn't do too much CGI or anything like that, and there was no. It's not an action movie, like a big action-packed movie. It's just a good story, and I definitely recommend this one. The next one I got is another fantastic movie. This just came out 2 weeks ago. Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. It's Mel Gibson's first movie in 7 years. The last one he did was Signs, which I love. You all know that. And this one was fantastic. It's a thriller. It's basically about a man. Mel Gibson's character is a police officer. I believe he's a detective. I could be wrong. I believe he's a detective. And his daughter comes home to visit him. And the first night she gets home, she's getting sick, and she tells her dad she needs to go to the hospital. And when they're walking out the door, someone yells, Mel Gibson character, I can't remember the name, they yell his last name, and then they shoot at him with a shotgun, and it hits his daughter, and she ends up dying pretty quickly in his arms. And basically what they think is that someone killed her in an attempt to kill him. And things aren't as they seem. This has some great twists in it. Mel Gibson is just amazing in it. I love Mel Gibson. And there's not a whole lot of action. This isn't just a big revenge movie like what you would expect from like his 90s work. This has a great story behind it. I really like this movie. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. Maybe an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It was really good. By the way, The Road I give a 9 out of 10. Next one I got, I was a little disappointed with it, but I did like the way that they made the creatures. It was Where the Wild Things Are. And this was based on my favorite book as a child. I remember reading it in kindergarten, and we had the book. I actually bought it for my girlfriend for Christmas last year because she's starting her career as a school teacher, and she collects children's books. She wants to have like a collection of them so that I don't know, it might come in handy. But I was a little disappointed in the movie. It was good. It was kind of hard to sit through. It was a little too long. But overall, it was okay. I give it a 6 out of 10. Just okay. I did like that I did like the way that they built the characters, and I thought there was some really funny things about it. Next one I got, I talked about this movie last time, so I'm not going to talk about it much. Because I had the DVD in my last update, well, they put the Blu-ray on sale at Target for $13. It's actually still on sale right now, as of the time I'm filming this. But this is the director's cut. There's 2 discs, and I haven't checked out the director's cut version of the film. But I will, and I'll let you know what I think of it, if it's worth talking about. But as I said, I already talked about this last time, so I won't say much. Next Blu-ray I got, this is an older movie. It's one of Adam Sandler's less popular movies, but it was only $6. So I figured, why not pick it up? It's The Wedding Singer. I like it. I think it's very funny. It's not his best, but it's still funny. Yeah, I'm sure most of you have seen this, so I won't talk too much about it. The next one I've seen, I didn't watch this one in the last month, but I've seen it very recently. The Last Samurai, and I know a lot of you hate Tom Cruise, and I don't even think he did that great of an acting job in this movie, but I like this movie. This is one of the movies with him that I do like. I know a lot of you really don't like Tom Cruise. I do like him. I mean, I think he's probably a big douchebag in real life, and I tend to think Scientology is, well, I won't get into that, because that's his personal life. I like to try to look past the actors' personal lives, and I enjoy their movies, unless they did something really, really, really douchebaggish. But I like some of his movies, and not all of them, but some of them, and this is one of those. So if you haven't ever seen this, it's worth watching. It's definitely worth watching. I give it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. The next one of the all-time greats. I had to pick it up on Blu-ray. It was on sale at Best Buy. Gladiator. It's in the Sapphire series. See, it's got a nice slipcover. What is there to say about this? It's fantastic. I love it. May not be historically accurate, but it's still one of the best movies that's been made since the year 2000. I mean, the last decade. I loved it. I think it actually won Best Picture in 2000. It's definitely one of Russell Crowe's best movies, if not his best. I'd have to think more about that before I said that. But the next movie is another all-time classic, awesome movie that I'll just love. I could watch it a million times in a row. Saving Private Ryan. It's also in the Sapphire series. It's got the nice slipcover. And dude, all of you have better seen this. I mean, if you haven't, you have to watch it. One of the all-time great movies. I'll just give you a little fun fact about it that many of you may know, but some of you may not know. In preparation to film this movie, they put all the actors through real army, real boot camp, with the real drill sergeants. And they also did the same thing with the Band of Brothers series. And I don't know about the Pacific. I think that's on now, but I'm gonna wait till it comes out on Blu-ray to get it. But anyways, they put all the actors through a boot camp, so they were all trained as real. Just like a real soldier would be trained, but with the exception of Matt Damon. In the movie, they want the characters, the soldiers, all pretty much hate Matt Damon's character, Private Ryan, because they're all being put in harm's way just to save one man. And so they didn't put Matt Damon into the boot camp, because they wanted the actors to kind of have something against Matt Damon in real life, that it's not fair, but they had to work much harder, and that way they kind of put that into their acting. Yeah, that's a story I've always been told. So I mean, I think it's cool. It's one of Steven Spielberg's greatest modern movies. And that's it for the Blu-rays. I'm gonna move on to the DVDs, so that'll be in part 2. So make sure you watch that.